coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Duck that hook, man. You never know what way it may come, but you know it's coming. Big love to everybody out there who support the movement, man, who support the platform. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. All my subscribers, all my members, big love. I appreciate you. Let's go. Let's get it. 2025. Let's make it our year. I know I have took some big L's thus far in 2025, but I remain encouraged, man. I remain motivated, stimulated to get this message out there. So let's go. Let's get it, man. Let's do it. Salute. Oh man, today I want to talk about white boy, man. White boy Ron. White boy Ron, man. I know a lot of my videos be more about, you know, black dudes or whatever, because that's the dominant force in the penitentiary, especially in Virginia, probably all over the world. But man, they got some white dudes, man, that I have encountered throughout my 33 years of prison too. That's very unique. Very different, man. And white boy Ron was one of them dudes, man. It's like when you in a different world, man, you gotta find your niche. You gotta find your niche, man, where you can fit in, where you can. And Ron was one of them dudes, man. He won't no go hard type of, you know, dude like that. He was tall, he was slim, probably about 6'2". He's slim, he's skinny, but he had the gift of gab. He know how to talk. He know how to politic. He know how to, you know, be all right with the black dudes and, you know, be all right with the white dudes. But me personally, I think his relationship with the black dudes, by being so cool with black dudes, kind of like made other white dudes fear him, like he was a dangerous dude or something like that. I ain't never really known him to be like that, like, you know, but he told that Bethlehem. He will keep it on him. He ain't gonna really beef with no black dudes because he know the dynamics. He know, you know, what the outcome gonna be. But white dudes, man, Ron to get to talking like he cold killer, cold gangster. And on top of that, Ron was a big old pimp. Ron was a big old pimp, man. I don't know how much time Ron was doing. I ain't sure. But Ron like them boys. White boys, of course. But he'll turn them white boys out. If you put a white boy around him, a little young white boy, Ron gonna put his game down. He gonna be talking that talk. He gonna the white boys gonna be scared. They gonna get extorted. They gonna get beat up. They gonna get, you know what I'm saying, taking advantage of this, that, and the third. Ron will slide on in and get up under them. And next thing you know, I don't know what he telling them. More or less, he probably tell them like, look, hey, I mean, they gonna, you know, they gonna do this to you, do that to you, whatever. But you can come on, be with me. You understand me? And then they ain't gonna mess with you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you gotta be my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know what I'm saying? You on your own. You can fend for yourself. Whatever he was saying, I'm assuming it was something down them lines, right? Because the whole time I was around Ron, he always had a white boy. He always had a white boy. He gonna get one of them little white boys. He gonna have one of them little white boys up in his little fold. He gonna be doing his thing. The white boys ain't got to really worry about nobody messing with him because Ron right there. He ain't got to worry about the black dudes trying to do him because they respect Ron because he was got good peoples, man. He just one of them type of dudes that you meet when you be around him. You'll say, oh man, yeah, he cool, man. Tell they all right, you know what I'm saying? He all right, he respectful. He don't really do nothing. He'll gamble a little bit, but he won't go too far out there. Whereas he had the respect enough where he can come to the poker table. He gonna always bring his money. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pay if he lose. You know, and he was cool. And then you don't want to run all the white boys away from the poker table. And what I mean by that is poker table, dice game, whatever. You don't want to run them away. Meaning like trying to be all bullyish, like they ain't gonna get paid this, that, or third. Because when you do that, Only thing you doing is, scaring all the other white boys from even gambling, even playing. You know what I'm saying? That you can't extort every white boy. You can't take advantage of every white boy. Even some of them gonna buck, and then some of them gonna tell. So you can't do that. So you have to try to find a way, because in the penitentiary, this is the objective every day that you wake up, is to survive and to try to get some money to survive. So if you got to put your hustle down, you got to put your hustle down. Now, if you scare all the white dudes from ever even gambling, then that you already cutting the resources just like that in half. But if they not scared to gamble, meaning that they know if they gamble, they're going to get paid, whether they playing in a black person game or whatever, they're going to get paid, then they more inclined to gamble. It's a better hustle to try to win their money than to try to take their money. Because if you take their money, it's always a chance that they're going to tell on you. It's always a chance they're going to cry to their people on the phone, and their people will call up there. And either way, you're going down like the Titanic. You know what I'm saying? And now, don't get it twisted. It's super duper racism in prison. Even when you're on flatland around a lot of the prisons that only got the majority of the officers is black guys, but the administration is white. So either way, if you do something to a white dude and that white family call up there, man, they gonna be on your top, man, like you done shot Ronald Reagan or somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? So those things happen. So you gotta try to find a way to finesse the money out of the white boys. Make them feel comfortable where they want to gamble. And Ron was one of them type of dudes. He'll get in the game, he'll gamble, he'll lose a little money, he'll quit. You know what I'm saying? He know his limit. He ain't gonna go out there. He ain't gonna be, betting on air or nothing like that. He'll win. He'll look to get paid. Dudes pay him. If somebody bucked on him and don't pay him, he ain't gonna really make a whole lot of fuss. He gonna go around some of the black dudes that he know that's hard, that's cool with him, be like, yeah, man, I ain't playing no more, dude don't want to pay me nothing, I ain't tripping no, but he soliciting the black dude to go say, hey, man, why you ain't pay the man, you know what I'm saying, that type of stuff. He was smart. I give it to Ron. Ron was a smart dude. In retrospect, looking back, he was smart, man. He was sharp, you know what I'm saying. But like I say, I don't know how much time he doing, but he is into them boys. I don't know if that's just his thing or whether he was doing it because he doing time and he ain't gonna get out or what. I don't know. Like I told you, in VA, we don't ask them type of questions. How much time you got or what you locked up for? Don't nobody do that, man. To me, those police questions anyway. You know what I'm saying? Gunshots. You know what I'm saying? What business is that of yours? What you gonna do with that information? So I remember when I first met Ron, I moved in the block with him, man, and you know what I'm saying, we got to playing, poker. I'm running poker games. I'm getting in poker games. He was running poker games. You know what I'm saying? He had a little hustle. And that's the first thing that came to my mind. I said, God, they got a white boy in here running the poker game. So automatically you going to think, because if you running a poker game now, man, you got to be known or you got to be respected, because dudes is going to try you at that poker table. Real talk. And you responsible for every dime that comes in that game, no matter if somebody buck, somebody do this, do that, somebody rob the game, somebody, whatever, you responsible. If you the house man, you are the sole proprietor and you responsible for all this money. So in order for you to be running a poker game, you got to be respected. In order for you to be running a poker game, somebody with knowledge of the penitentiary and know how the penitentiary is run, you automatically think, oh, he respected, or he'll do something, or he has done something, because he running the poker game. Because if you ain't built like that, you ain't got no business running no poker game. Because your first time running is gonna be your last time running, because ain't nobody gonna pay you. Everybody gonna buck. Somebody might rob you. So that's automatically the assumption when you see somebody. So when I see him, I say, okay, he's somebody. When I got to know him, talking to him, whatever, he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Then I see he had a little white boy with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what's going on right here? This is the people. He got him and he hounds him. Ron do not play no games. He run that pimp thing like an iron fist. He get him to bring him coffee, bring him lit cigarettes, just like Towns. Bring him lit cigarette. And Ron was young. He was younger than me. Bring him lit cigarettes. He talked to me. All right, go ahead, go on. Call him the B word. Go ahead, B. Get on. Don't come ask me no one. You see me gambling? Get on. Don't come ask me nothing. And they call him daddy. Daddy, can I? Man, I'm gambling. Go ahead, man. I'm going to ask you. No, don't ask me nothing, B. Get on. I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to take a break in a minute. Go ahead. Get on away from the table. That's how you handle him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I met him. So I think that kind of like made a lot of other the dudes, like the regular dudes, the black dudes, everything, look at him like, respect him like, you know, the white boy, you know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. He doing what he want to do in the penitentiary amongst all the black dudes. So he doing his thing. So that's how I got to know him. And like I say, he was cool. But Ron, man, he on that. He always trying to find a hustle to get a little money. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what dudes respected about him the most. He always trying to get a little money. So I remember when he had the little boy that he had, and the little boy was going home. So the boy ended up going home. So now he ain't got no peoples. He on his own. And lo and behold, they moved the old boy in there, man. When I'm talking about old, like I say, this time I'm thinking when I first met Ron, I'm probably maybe in my mid-30s, and Ron probably in his late 20s. And they moved this boy in there named D, and D probably like 50s. He probably like in his 50s, and he looked, you know what I'm saying, just like an old white guy, you know what I'm saying, but trying to act feminine, but he looked like just like an old white guy. But he gay. He's a penitentiary boy and been there for a long time, to the best of my knowledge. So I guess he knew about Ron, and then Ron ain't really had no prospects and nothing. So Ron ended up, you know, pulling D, get D moved in the cell with him. Right? D is acting like an old domestic broad, you know what I'm saying? D bring him his car, we give him his cigarettes, call him daddy, cater to him. You know, all of that, and everybody can see it. So boom, he done locked in with D. But D is older, so D been in the penitentiary longer than Ron been in the penitentiary. So D will be defined sometime, because D probably been with a lot of black dudes as their man. But now I'm just keeping it real. And I told Ron this before. I said D probably racist. He's a white man, technically, under that age bracket where he probably was racist. He probably grew up racist. And I got that tone out of him. He'll try to be cool, but I got that tone out of him like he was really racist. But he had to be on this, you know, being a boy type of thing to survive the prison experience. You know what I'm saying? So he accepted that. And even as probably having black men, because either he was going to do it or they was going to take it, either or. So he just had to accept that. But I think when the opportunity came to be with a white dude, a white dude got a boy, because that's very rare in the penitentiary where you got a white dude that got a boy. Very rare. I'm telling you, you're not going to see it that much. You know what I'm saying? Because normally the white dude is trying not to be a boy himself. But Ron was one of those ones. So I guess when D had that opportunity, that's what he wanted to do. I feel like he got moved in the part just because he was trying to get with Ron so he wouldn't have to be with another black dude. You know what I'm saying? So, but what happened was, when he ended up getting with Ron, he found out the white boy Ron treat you just like just like the brothers do. Cause white boy Ron gonna put their hand on you. You know what I'm saying? What you say? Mop and smack. Get in the cell. Ron and smacked him in the pod. Ron and grabbed him up by the neck, choked him in the pod, kicked him. Get in the cell. I mean, they used to go through it. So I remember one time I told y'all one of these stories when in one of my videos. They ended up sleeping right beside me. They was right beside me. So me and my celly used to hear them over there arguing through the vent all the time. And I could tell, like I say, that D, I knew his personality. D would get smart and all this, and next thing you know, they in there tussling. And I don't know if he thought he could beat Ron because Ron was slim and all that. But Ron used to be punishing him over there, beating him, bruising him. He done came out in the morning with black eyes, busted lip, and he drank coffee like Coffee Keith. He drank coffee all day long. He always keep what we call in the penitentiary the dirty cup, where you got the coffee cup, and the coffee cup always, if you bend the coffee cup down, all of that is brown and black. Because they drank so much coffee that they can't even get the stains out of the coffee cup. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dirty cup. He always kept a dirty cup. If he ain't got coffee, he got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people in the prison like that. There's a lot of people in there that's, you know what I'm saying, Coffee Keith-ish. They got to have coffee. If they don't have coffee, they mentally messed up. They body language is different. They act different. They walk different. They got low energy. They gotta have coffee. D was one of them people that gotta have coffee. You know what I'm saying? Ron drank a lot of coffee too. I think he started drinking more when he started messing with D. But every day, if you see D in that block, it's back and forth to the microwave, back and forth to the hot pot, drinking coffee all day long, all day long. But the thing about it, like I say, he gonna try to change his voice and his tone and mannerism to you know, like boyish, like girlish. But he just looked like an old dude. He just looked like an old white guy. It was nothing, absolutely positively nothing feminine about him. But, you know, and I remember joking with Ron, you know, because Ron, me, we used to kick it from time to time. I'd be like, man, hey, Ron, what did you do? I mean, what's going on, man? And Ron used to be like, hey, man, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, hey, people send them money every month, man. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I used to be okay. I say, so if a young white boy come in here, you gonna drop D and visit? Nah, that MF crazy, man. He might try to kill me. I said, what you be in there? Be putting your hands on him and then I thought he was scared. Yeah, he's scared, but he crazy. So Ron was stuck. You know what I'm saying? And to the best of my knowledge, he ended up being with D for years and years and years. You know, even after I was gone, they was together like for years and years and years, right? But like I told y'all that one night I was hearing they was over there fighting and my celly and me was listening. And I get up, I go to Joe, and I heard one time at the venue, he was like, Banky. To my celly, he called me. He said, I think he is. Yo, what's up over there? I heard, come on. Tell him get on with me. I was like, what the? Ron was over there punishing him. You know what I'm saying? He tried to call me to say, I can't save you. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? He just knew that Ron respected me and he trying to get some help. But man, he punished him. He punished him, man. But they used to go through that back and forth. But I think, you know, like I say, over time, Ron been with him so long, I think Ron had real feelings for him, even though he was, you know what I'm saying, like an old dude and stuff. It's the familiarity. They be around each other so much. They've been in the cell now for years. You know what I'm saying? So that was his people. You know what I'm saying? And other little white boys came in there, black dudes scooped them up, got them or whatever. I mean, Ron probably wanted them, but, you know, he was locked in with D. And I do believe D would have probably tried to stab him or something, you know what I'm saying? And I've heard them joking and playing about that. Because Ron will tell him sometime we out there in the party or whatever, and Ron will tell him, say, man, B, you ain't worth nothing, man. I can't wait till I can get me some more people. I'm going to dump you. I'm going to get rid of you, Ron. And D will say, yeah, well, y'all both going to die. You both gonna die up in here. You ain't gonna never leave me. You ain't gonna never be without me. You know what I'm saying? So they used to go back and forth through that. But the bottom line is that Ron was a white boy, but he had boys. You know what I'm saying? He had boys in the penitentiary. He had a good relationship with the black people. Dudes respected him, you know what I'm saying, for his gangster doing what he do, you know, not, you know, running from nobody, not checking in, not having nobody extort him. You know, I do believe push come to shove, if somebody would have tried to, you know what I'm saying, do something to him, he gonna defend himself. He gonna do everything he possibly can not to go to war, but if he had to go to war, I believe he would defend himself. And it's been times, because D got a smart mouth, and like I told you, D give off the impression of a racist person. You know what I'm saying? Their tone, the way they talk. And it's been time they get out there and talk slick and talk, and dudes be ready to smack fire from them and get down on them. Like, who you think? Man, get your, you know, call them derogatory name. Get your F word up out of here, you know, call them, you know, the FAG, you know. Get up out of here. And Ron had to he go back running there with Ron, but he always had Ron in a funky position. Because now Ron is pitted up against dude, but he can't let nobody just do anything to his people. That's part of the game as well. So he'll come out there and he'll, try to politic, and dudes that like them will try to politic with him. Look, man, let him handle his people, man. No, you better get them in order. I'm telling you, man, because I don't care nothing about you or them or whatever. And Ron would be like, all right, man. But believing, he scrapped. He got it on him. I'm telling you what I know. He got it on him. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to use, but he got it on. And he'll be like, all right, man, I'm going to talk to my peoples, but I'm just saying, though, respect the fact that they my peoples. If they out of pocket, just let me know. Don't say nothing to them. Just let me know. I'm going to straighten them. You know what I'm saying? I straighten them in front of you. And I've seen them do it. Call them out there. Do it. Apologize. You know what I'm saying? Snatch them all up in it. But he doing what he got to do to stay in good graces with everybody. And I can't knock him for that. You know what I'm saying? If you can duck the violence, duck the violence. So what I'm telling you is he knew how he had the gift of gab, man. Ron had the gift of gab. He knew how to weave his way through all of that and survive in the penitentiary. And that's all anybody trying to do in the penitentiary is survive. You know what I'm saying? And had he not moved the way he moved, talked the way he talked, had the personality that he had, he wouldn't have been able to do the things that he was able to do. Ron lived better than most dudes, white dudes in the penitentiary. To be honest with you, he into the tomfoolery, he into the boys and all of that. I guess he felt like that was part of the culture of how he wanted to do his bit. But for the most part, he lived better than most white dudes in there, because most white dudes in the Virginia penal system, if they ain't getting extorted, they got protection. They paying for protection, or somebody doing something. You know what I'm saying? Or they just a go hard, they rumble and they'll push the brother and they ain't worrying about, dying or killing. And you got them like that. You got some like that, but they very, very rare. At least down here. They very, very rare. So for him to be able to find his niche and to get in there and be able to move, and then you got the white dudes like him, they got the gift of gab, where you will feel like, oh, okay, he alright, he cool. And them dudes, they get by. But Ron was on the upper echelon of that, man, where everybody liked him, man. So, and they knew he ain't had no larceny with him. And they didn't consider him as a sucker, like an old sucker white boy, you know what I'm saying, or a racist white dude. Because in the mind, you in the penitentiary, most black dudes gonna look at you, man. If you a white dude, like, man, that man, we don't, you know what I'm saying? You probably racist anyway. But when you don't get that impression of, and you get that impression of, like, you authentic and like you ain't got no problem with no black people, and you kick it with them and you do your own thing, then you might be alright. You know what I'm saying? And Ron was one of them type of dudes, and just so happens he was in the gambling. Just so happened he want to have a boy. Just so happened he want to try to make $1. You know what I'm saying? So dudes gonna respect that. You know what I'm saying? That's how he came across. At least to me, I liked him. I thought he was a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? All things considered, I thought he was cool. I ain't never had no problem with him. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, he knew how to, have relationships with dudes that was thorough. And just by association alone, if dudes see you mess with dudes that's thorough, dudes that's solidified, that's certified, and they respect you, other people is gonna respect you who don't even know you. Cause if you might have a young dude in there, like they had young black dudes in there looking at, man, a white boy, man, crazy. But dudes are gonna tell him, man, even them, they gonna try to keep him out of harm's way. Be like, man, don't mess with him, shawty, man. He alright, man, let that man do his thing, man. That man doing time, man, something like that. And he knew that. So, like I say, you could call him a mastermind. I call him a pimp. I call him a pimp. But you could call him a mastermind because he knew how to manipulate the system. He knew how to fit in, get in where he fit in, and work with everybody, man, and stay out of the way. And he had less drama for that. Most of his drama came through the police, especially with D, because D had a smart mouth, get the police involved. They arguing with the police. He don't want D to go to jail. He don't want to go to jail. He'll, you know what I'm saying, straighten that out. Next thing you know, he in the cell at night, whooping D. You know what I'm saying? D coming out there tomorrow looking like raccoon, but D ain't gonna go tell the police. They ain't gonna do nothing. They just gonna take the whooping, go on back in the cell. They make up, do whatever they do, and they keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ron was one of the few white dudes that I ever met locked up that had boys. And I met a few, not that many, probably less than I can count on one hand. But Ron was probably the first one that I met. It was like white on white. He got a white boy, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never known him to have a black boy, but I know he had a couple of white dudes as his peoples. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, shout out to white boy Ron, man, the big old pimp you. You dig? I don't know if he's still locked up. If you ain't, man, shout out to you, man. You know what it is, man. Respect, 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 man. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, but this is the penitentiary life, man. You may not agree with it. You may not understand it, but this is why I'm giving it to you. This is a life that you don't want to live. This is a life that you don't want to be a part of. You don't even want to be in this environment. You want to be on the other end of this video listening to what goes on in this type of environment instead of being there yourself or having someone that you love being there. So take this message, share this message to somebody you think might need to hear it, because I know if you listening to it, I know this ain't no place that you ever want to be. And I salute you for that. So now we got to make sure the next generation don't want to live this type of lifestyle neither, because it's taxing on you 24/7, 365, no breaks, no timeouts, no none of that. You got to live this life. If you in there, this is what goes on in there. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And duck them hooks, man, because they out there. In the penitentiary, as we know it so far, it ain't going nowhere.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.